it's Moo. I want to thank you for watching and listening to my videos and subscribing to MuTube. I really appreciate you guys. So I was just thinking about, how some people will say, well, like spiritual teachers, gurus, whatever you want to call them, they sometimes seem to give different advice or teachings based on who they're talking to. So in some cases it may seem, if you're reading through a body of their work or their teachings or their transcriptions, it may seem that it's conflicting. But, simply it's just a matter of meeting people where they are in the moment. And when we're in the flow of, well, we're always in the flow. We just imagine ourselves to be separate, obviously. But when we perceive ourselves to be in this synchronistic flow, intuitive flow, which we always are anyway. Some people just don't know it or aren't aware of it. It's really just awareness. We meet people where they are. We meet our other selves where they are. And that is what I try to do. And so that's really where my head and heart is at here on MuTube. And as I said in, I think, my first video, I just go strictly with intuition because, I can't really do anything else. So it just is. So I wanted to really talk about, just quickly, not really go into much detail right now or really a description of it, but I've gotten back into Iridology, which is something that I used to study and sort of practice many years ago. My teacher was Bernard Jensen. That's basically where I learned most of the stuff I know about Iridology. However, I found another doctor, a naturopath, recently who is really amazing. I mean, he actually studied under Bernard Jensen and has, 4 decades worth of Iridology experience. But anyway, for those who might not know about Iridology, it's, and let me just say, like, if you go on Google or you go on the internet and you look up Iridology, you're going to see like a lot of naysayers, and there's a lot of misinformation about it as well. There's a lot of people who say, who are skeptics and who put it down and all of that. And actually, I just saw some of that stuff on there, and I was like, wait a minute, that's not what it is. Iridology is not, used to specifically see or diagnose diseases, quote, diseases. I mean, there's really no diseases anyway, but let's just, for this communication, we're going to say it's not used to diagnose at all. Iridology is the study of the iris of the eye, or the whole eye, actually. And it's been used since the beginning of time, pretty much, as far as we know. In ancient China, Egypt, and India, for sure. Iridology is, it reveals strengths and weaknesses, and sometimes, if you want to look at it like genetic stuff. Although, anything can be healed. Anything can be healed, because, well, I won't go into that right now. But, it reveals strengths, like I said, weaknesses, the constitution of the body, the physical body, stagnation and various symptoms like the lymph system. Lymph is really huge in in our health, in our physical body health. You know, it can reveal like malabsorption, issues with the stomach, with the bowels, conditions of the tissues in the physical body are revealed, are reflected in the eye. In other words, you know, the eyes, you know, we hear it say, what is it? Eyes are the, reflect the soul. Well, eyes are the mirrors of the body, likewise. You know, like everything else is all a reflection. So, other things it could reveal, you know, show basically are if the body is acidic, if there's toxicity, inflamed or congested areas, and like I said, the lymph is really, really a big deal. And, you know, it can show also cholesterol issues and stuff. Anyway, all of that stuff can be totally reversed, totally realigned, if you will. And, you know, a lot of times it's a lot simpler than most people will want to believe. Dr. Bernard Jensen also was he's not in the physical body anymore, but they were down in, was in Escondido, California, down by San Diego. And actually the family's still there, I believe. And you can find out information about Bernard Jensen online. He was my greatest teacher, herb teacher. You know, I've studied herbs for about, I don't know, gosh, decades, like about 3 decades maybe. And I have his book called Herbs Wonder Healers. It's a fantastic book. It's my favorite herb book. It's not a big book. It's pretty thin. It's light. It's my copy is just completely, it's so loved. It's like so loved and worn in and beautiful. It's my Bible. I refer to this often. I still do all the time. And it's short and sweet and concise and has a lot of really good information. And I actually have this book on on Planet Moo website. On the Planet Moo website, there's a link on my MuTube. I think it's in like the book section or something. It should be like right there, one of the first books, I believe. I'm not sure because it really is one of my most helpful resources. It's called Herbs Wonder Healers by Bernard Jensen, PhD. He says herbs are foods, know their values and uses, adventure in self-healing, extending a helping hand for greater self-help, health, care, and the pursuit of happiness. Yeah, he started out as a chiropractor like in the early 1900s, and then he became a clinical nutritionist. Pretty much what I think we'd call a naturopath now. His whole life was about the use of, you know, whole foods, like fresh foods, raw foods, and herbs for healing and for extending, you know, for living a long, you know, healthy, enriched life. And he was quite an inspiration. He still is. He's still quite an inspiration. His life work is really amazing. So he, what was I going to say? Oh yeah, I won't talk about in this video. I'm going to make another video about, I think the doctor that I mentioned earlier, another doctor. He's a naturopath. He's a specialist in detox and iridology and you know, diet, like a raw food diet. Actually a fruitarian diet, so fruit detoxes. And I'll do a separate video on him. He's a really trusted resource as well, and I agree, you know, with everything he says about health and healing, and he uses iridology in his practice. But more importantly, he's got a great YouTube video. I mean, he's got like, I don't know, close to 400 videos on there or something in the last 3 years. He tries to do a video a week, and they're very informative. You can write in and ask questions, or call his clinic. They do consultations and so on. So I think that's about all I'm going to say right now. Detox is we perceive ourselves being these physical bodies in